This is no.
Hello and welcome to another episode on the Delayed Kickoff YouTube/Spotify channel. And today we're doing something a little bit different. We're joining the conversation where we are selecting our 26-man England squad for the upcoming European Championships. I'm joined as ever by Maximus.
Hello.
There wouldn't be an intro when he wasn't running it. And Jamie.
Hello. I was going to say, this isn't a bit different because we have actually done this before.
Yeah, we did it before. I still think we need to release that original. So this video gets 10 likes, we'll release that original cut. Won't we, Chaz?
No.
We got
that long pause then. I thought it was happening again.
We've got a different format, though.
Don't even. If it happens again, I'm literally going to blame the England squad. Every time we bring up England squad, it happens. But maybe it's Gareth Southgate affecting my internet. I don't know. Right, so this is how it's going to work. We've each gone away and compiled a 26-man squad for the European Championships. And in turn, we're going to reveal each player we've got in, starting with the goalkeepers. Now, let's begin with Jamie on this one. I assume there's 3 goalkeepers. We weren't specific about what number in what positions, but which goalkeepers are you bringing to the Euros?
Right, I've just realised I probably should have written this down. Because it's in the notes on my phone and I can't go off the app. Otherwise it'll close. Right, I'll try. I think I can remember them though. I think the 3 goalkeepers is quite obvious. I think we're all just going to have the same, aren't we? Just going to be Nick Pope, Dean Henderson and Jordan Pickford.
No, I've gone for
I know exactly who Max is going to go for.
John Ruddy. I'm joking.
No, I'm in agreement with Jamie. Sorry?
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty obvious one.
Yeah. Pope, Pickford, Henderson.
Why, Max, did you actually go the same as that?
Max?
Yeah, Pope, Pickford, Henderson, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Nice. Right.
I feel like this is going to be quite... I feel like it's going to be quite boring because I feel like we're all going to have the same opinions.
No, I've put in a really... I'm going to hate my right-back choice.
I'm sort of relying on Max here.
Yeah, you're going to absolutely despise my right-back choice.
Oh, well, I know you chose then.
Who?
You chose Aaron Wan-Bissaka, haven't you?
No.
Oh, right, fair enough.
Defenders.
Am I starting?
Maximus, you've built it up. So we'll start with you. Just do all of the defenders, right back, centre back, left back, and then we can.
Okay, so I'm going to go from left back first because that's the most interesting one for me. So I've got Shaw and Chilwell. Then for centre backs, I've got Maguire, Stones, Konsa, Tarkowski, Godfrey, and Walker because Walker can play at centre back. I know he can play at centre back.
Yeah,
he's played at the right of a back 3 before. And for right backs, I've got Trent Alexander-Arnold and James Tavernier.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's not extremely controversial. Wait, how before we move on? What have we gone for like amounts of players in each position? Like how many defenders, midfielders, and attackers have you got?
I've got 9 defenders.
I've gone for 8 defenders, 8 midfielders, and 7 attackers.
I've gone 6 forwards, but kind of some midfielders you can put in them.
I've got 10 defenders, 7 midfielders, and I can't count.
Max is playing 5 at the back.
7 attackers and 3 goalkeepers.
Yeah, we're all just going to hope that all of ours add up.
Right, okay, so... Yeah, 26. Please don't tell me you chose 26.
Is there a huge delay on what on my mic?
Yeah, there kind of is, I think.
Because I'm saying something and then there's like a huge silence, and then we're talking.
Just deal with it. Deal with it.
We'll just roll with it.
So James Tavernier is probably the most controversial one on that list, Maximus. So do you want to go into why you've included him?
I just don't. I think Trippier and Tavernier are at a similar standard, and I'm going to get absolute pelters for that. But I think it's the truth. You look at his stats this season; he's been incredible. Every time I've watched him play, he's been incredible. Rangers fans have been singing his praises. Even Celtic fans have really spoken about how well he plays. I think it's FIFA. He's got like road to the final card or something on it. I don't know. I don't play on the team, but
you can't base it off FIFA.
But yeah, like you say, you can't base it off FIFA. But no, a lot of fans from up and down the United Kingdom have been singing his praises, and even abroad, if you've seen Rangers play.
Do you think he's better than Reece James?
Oh, fucking hell, I forgot about Reece James. Oh, I forgot that guy exists. Jesus Christ, why do England have so many good right backs? Joe, what? It's a close second. I think
what, so you're still putting him ahead?
I'll probably take, now you've mentioned Reece James, I'll probably take him because he's got senior international experience, but Tavernier is very, very good. I think he's very underrated.
Reece James doesn't make my squad. And that he's one of the ones that is probably, hang on, I did write down the notable omissions as well. Yeah, he's one of the main ones that I left out. On the basis that I don't think we actually need 3 right backs going to the Euros.
Yeah. I've just gone for 2 right backs, 4 centre backs, 2 left backs.
I've got 5 centre backs just because why not? And I mean, if you're playing 3 at the back, but I guess we can decide on formations as well. So, Jamie, do you want to go through your defenders then?
Yeah, I went with
Max and then.
I went with Reece James, Kyle Walker for the right backs, left backs, Shaw and Chilwell, obviously. Then centre backs, Harry Maguire, John Stones, Michael Keane, and Ben Godfrey.
Okay, that's very interesting.
I love Ben Godfrey.
Ben Godfrey.
Season. I feel like the 2 starting centre backs are obvious, and I like Godfrey because he can play anywhere across the back line, and I think he's just been a very good centre back this season.
Yeah,
I feel like
past the
again, I didn't really think of Godfrey, to be honest.
I feel like past the 2 starting centre backs that we have, we're not exactly spoilt for choice at centre back of extreme quality. So I think Godfrey's done well enough this season to get in there as a backup.
Yeah, I think I'll go through mine as well now, and then we can compare our defenders. So left back, we've all gone Shaw and Chilwell. That's a blueprint. That's basically obvious. Right backs, I have gone Walker and Trent Alexander-Arnold. And the 5 centre backs I've gone with is Maguire, Stones. I've also gone Keane. I've also gone Ezri Konsa, and I've also included Connor Cody.
Ooh.
So that is
Keane.
So
Keane and Cody.
Keane and Cody. And
so do you want us to win the Euros then?
No, I don't. Yeah, of course.
Well,
I was going to say I've seen
selection
slandering Cody on Twitter recently on what he's been liking.
Yeah, that's just. I don't know. It's not a popular opinion among Wolves fans that Cody's shit at the minute, but it's not exactly an unpopular opinion either.
Well, yeah, he's not been great, has he? He did get turned inside out on the weekend, didn't he?
Yeah, Chris.
That is true.
Yeah, Chris.
And again, Polly wasn't very good at the weekend either.
No,
Cody's been
Wolves are just not
like that all season
at the moment, are they?
Yeah.
Full stop. So, but I think every time Cody's put on an England shirt, I've been impressed with what he's done, and that's what I kind of based it off of. Then
isn't that about twice?
He plays well in the formation, but club performances is what you have to base it off, whether Southgate likes it or not. And unfortunately, no, you can't.
I don't think we have to base everything off club because we've all included Jordan Pickford and he's crap for Everton.
Yeah, but realistically, he's third choice to me. He's in there, but he's not getting a game.
Yeah,
I guess, but the one name that I thought one of you would mention, mainly Jamie, but you haven't, is Tyrone Mings. And he hasn't made any of our squads.
You're joking?
Yeah,
so much better than him.
I know, I've gone with
I can't lie. He has been a bit shite recently, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been awful.
He's got
one of the
mistakes
worst
in him a lot.
Yeah, he doesn't get in there over Konza. Like, he's not even Aston Villa's best centre-back, so...
Yeah, I
didn't even consider putting Mings in, to be honest. I think we all gone for different right backs. We've all gone for Walker, and then I've gone James, Max gone Tavernier, and you've gone Alexander-Arnold.
I think,
Yeah. But I think, well, we're going to talk about starting 11s after, aren't we?
Yeah, definitely. But in terms of Trent, why I went with him, it's controversial because he hasn't had the best season, but what he can bring is just so useful. And I know Reece James can kind of do that as well, but I don't think not to a high enough standard yet. It was hard. That was one of the difficult positions to choose from between Reece James and Trent.
I just think I'd only play Trent against the lesser teams, and against the lesser teams, we don't really need him anyway. Because I just wouldn't trust him. I just wouldn't trust him against the top teams to defend.
Yeah, I mean, I did very briefly consider a Wan-Bissaka on the basis that if we come up against a France with Mbappe, then he's probably the best to deal with that's a very specific situation.
I can't lie. I also considered him, but then I thought Reece James over him.
I thought Tavernier over Reece James.
I would have put Reece over. I would have put Reece James over Wan-Bissaka.
Yeah.
But it just shows the strength England have in the right back position.
Yeah. They could also be just as strong as left back at the moment. Because Luke Shaw's been amazing this season. Chilwell's come on to really good form now. So we've got two very good left backs. So at the start of the season,
Cresswell
I thought England
fantastic for West Ham.
Yeah.
So
Cresswell is not bad, is he? Ryan Fredericks again, but not really, probably.
Final point on the defenders. Obviously, we've taken injuries. Well, I've taken injuries into account. I think everyone has. But if Joe Gomez was fully fit, he would be in there. But he's not. And even if he's going to be back before the Euros, he's not played hardly any this season, so there's no point in risking him.
Yeah.
Midfielders. Right. Jamie, how many midfielders do you have?
I have 8 midfielders.
Well, that's the number I got. Right. Go through them then. Who we got in your squad?
I have Declan Rice, Jordan Henderson, Jude Bellingham, Phil Foden, Mason Mount, James Maddison, Calvin Phillips, and James Ward-Prowse.
Okay.
I kind of, I didn't know about Calvin Phillips was a dodgy one, but I didn't know whether I wanted to put in. But I feel like 26 is too much. Like, I was struggling to find players to put in there to sort of fill the gaps. So I shoved him in there. I feel like he's going to start every game, to be honest, but I'm kind of against it. I don't rate him too highly, but I feel like he could do a job. It's not the worst person you could put there. But yeah, he did make my squad.
Understandable.
Yeah, I'm in agreement there. I've included Calvin Phillips as well, but he was kind of the player that I kind of put in, then took out, then put in, then took out, and then sort of played with. But then he's ended up making it. Max, your midfielders.
Okay, so I've actually gone for 4 attacking mids. Fuck knows what I was thinking. Henderson, Rice, Bellingham at DM, and then for AMs I've got Maddison. Oh, I've gone 4 attacking mids. Yeah. And then Maddison, Mount, Foden, and Lingard.
Okay.
Wait, so who? Oh, did you have 7?
Sorry?
Who did I have that you didn't? Because you had Lingard.
You had Ward-Prowse.
Who did I have? I had James Ward-Prowse in it.
Yeah, you had JWP, yeah.
To be fair.
I think the only shout in there that you can really question is Lingard, but at the end of the day, he's been doing it for few months now, fairly consistently. So I think he definitely deserves to be in there.
Yeah, I think you can't really argue it, to be honest. I was a toss-up between James Ward-Prowse and Lingard.
He's got a really nasty situation, though, with attacking mids and right backs as well. I really don't envy Southgate what I do, because I think even if I was a manager, I could probably be doing a bit better with that attack. But I really don't envy him with his team selection.
Yeah, right. The 8 I've gone with Declan Rice, Calvin Phillips, which I said was in and out, but ended up making it. Henderson, which again I was playing because I didn't know whether he was going to be fully fit for the Euros, but I've included him for argument's sake. Bellingham, Foden, Mount. I've also included Lingard, and I've got a controversial one, and you're probably going to roll your eyes, but I've gone Bukayo Saka, just because I'm a big fan of Saka, and I think his versatility can be very important.
His versatility, but he's a bit rash when he's playing internationally.
Well, he's not going to start.
Huh?
He's not going to start. He's going to be one of those players you can bring off the bench.
Yeah, I can understand it. It's
Would he not be in attack as well?
Yeah,
he's mainly a right winger, isn't he?
Yeah, I kind of was playing where midfield or attack, but I've included him in midfield. But I mean, he can play really anywhere, can't he?
He was the one for me that got close, but he just sort of missed out.
Yeah, so I haven't included Maddison, and he was probably the one that was going to be in if someone wasn't. I just feel he's been injured a lot this season, and I think if you've got Foden and Mount and Lingard, you don't need Maddison as well.
Yeah, I feel like the only way anyone in that position gets a look in is if both Foden and Mount get injured.
Yeah,
like you're sort of just taking them just in case they both get injured. But I feel like as much as I like Maddison, I don't think he'd get any game time even if he did go.
Yeah, totally. And Lingard, I'm with Max on that one. He can't really keep him out. The form he's been in, and he's sort of one of those players you can bring off the bench, and he can bring that energy if the game's dry and you need a bit of pace and energy, and Lingard can bring that. But he's not a starter, Lingard. But you can't really leave him out the way his form.
Yeah, well, he's like top goal scorer in the league from open play, isn't he? Since he moved to West Ham.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so you definitely can't argue.
Yeah. Who are your DMs again, Max?
Bellingham, Rice, and Henderson.
So you didn't have Phillips.
I am also willing to swap Henderson out for Phillips. But
yeah,
I really
Henderson's a weird one, isn't he? Because you don't know whether he's going to be fit or not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ward-Prowse was another one that came close, but I just don't. It's not that Ward-Prowse isn't good enough. It's just people are better than him that get in the squad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's literally only there. He's literally only in there for me because I was trying to think of 8 midfielders and I literally ran out of people to think of, and I was like, I just need to find someone to throw in there. So yeah, he definitely wouldn't get any game time for me, but I've shoved him in there for the sake of it. 26 seems like a lot when I was trying to find players to put in there.
Yeah, 20, and yeah, I totally agree with you on that one. 26, 23 is a good amount. 26.
Yeah,
it's good for people who were on the border and might get included because of the increase, but everyone's got the likes of Foden and Mount and Bellingham in there, so I think they're the obvious ones, and they're the future really of England. Forwards. We'll go with Max first. Who are you bringing to the Euros?
I'm taking Grealish, Sterling, Kane, Ings, Sancho, and Rashford. And Joe, what? I nearly chucked Sterling out because
that is extremely interesting.
Because I don't know. I think it's been really poor this season.
Jamie, right.
It's just no. Carry on, Jamie. What are yours?
Let's all mention our forwards. Yeah, Jamie, who are you bringing?
Yeah, I've gone for Kane, Grealish, Rashford, Sancho, Sterling, and then Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Mason Greenwood.
Okay.
I wouldn't take Grealish.
I've gone the exact same bar Greenwood. I've gone Kane, Calvert-Lewin, Rashford, Sterling, Sancho, and Grealish. I mean, That's why
I don't know if I'd take Greenwood,
That's probably
to be fair. I mean,
I don't know. I think I'd definitely have him in over Danny Ings. Because when you think, well, Danny Ings isn't going to get in over. Danny Ings isn't going to get in over Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Kane.
I think he'll get over Calvert-Lewin quite comfortably.
No, not Danny Ings, because at least Calvert-Lewin
not this season.
Calvert-Lewin offers something different. He's someone who you can lump it up to, and he's going to hold it up. Ings is just
Ings is quite similar to that as well, I think.
Yeah, but he's not. He's nowhere near as good at it.
He's a good mate. He's a great goal scorer, in my opinion.
I'd take Greenwood in over him just because I think Greenwood offers something different. He can play up front, but he can play off the right. He's a left-footed player playing off the right. He can cut inside.
Yeah,
I feel like Ings is just a bit of a pointless choice. Just because we've got two strikers.
I think he's a better backup striker than people give him credit for. And I think with Calvert-Lewin, the tap has turned off massively recently. And I know he's just come back from injury, but he's played, he's got 1 goal in his last 7 appearances. Ings has been quite consistent over the season when he's played, other than when he's been injured. So I'd definitely take Ings for the consistency.
Yeah, but I just feel like
Callum Wilson.
I just feel like Calvert-Lewin always brings something different. Like,
yeah, no, I see what you're saying. He brings a bit of flair and he can hold it up and but Ings.
I feel if you're needing a goal and it's the last 10 minutes, like you sort of want to bring someone on who you can lump it into the box towards.
Yeah.
So that's why I went with him over Ings.
I think Ings is much more of a goal scorer than I know obviously Calvert-Lewin's outscored Ings this season, but Ings played less games and he's been a bit more consistent than Calvert-Lewin has. And I don't know, I feel like he's got more of a goal scorer's attributes to him. Do you know what I mean? He's much more of a coach. He knows where to go. You know, Calvert-Lewin's still young, so maybe it is a good opportunity for him to be at the Euros and get a senior international tournament under his belt, so that he's then got the experience. But at the end, I think Ings is probably a better choice, just because he's been there before with England, not to a major tournament, but he's played for them before. He did really well in the Premier League last year, and he's doing quite well considering he's been injured for an extended period of time this season. And he's got much more, as I've just said, he's got more of a goal scorer's attributes, and he can hold the ball up quite well. And he fits Southgate's tactics perfectly, because I'd argue he's like almost like Kane in a way, and a lot of Southgate's tactics are built around Harry Kane. So I'd definitely be taking Ings.
Yeah, well, I went with Greenwood because I feel like Greenwood's like, he'd be like Rashford when he went to the Euros in 2016. Like he's not going to get a look in. It's mainly he's just going for experience and
yeah.
Because I mean, very soon he's going to be one of England's main forwards, I think. So I'd mainly just be taking him for experience because I mean we had enough attackers in there. I was just looking for someone else to put in there.
Like Trent at the 2018 World Cup.
But I still sort of think he could bring a lot to us.
Yeah.
Because we're not really I feel like Sancho the only sort of natural right winger we've got. Because everyone else plays off the left, don't they?
Yeah.
So if Sancho gets injured, I feel like Greenwood would be a good option to come in and replace him. Because he's been playing there. He's probably the only one out of those attackers who's been playing there all season, because the rest of them just play off the left.
Yeah.
That is true. Everything you said, Max, about Danny Ings is good. The only reason I didn't include Danny Ings is nothing to do with his football merit. It's just because he's quite injury prone. And I think bringing him to the Euros is quite risky because he's kind of in and out of injuries. And it would be a risk that I don't think is worth taking, especially when you've got the likes of Calvert-Lewin.
But Calvert-Lewin has also been injured for periods this season.
Yeah, that is true. But I think Danny Ings is kind of more injury prone. But I have no complaints of you taking Danny Ings at all. I think he's a great two players that because initially I put 3 strikers in, and I thought there's no point taking 3 strikers, and I put Danny Ings / 2 names we haven't mentioned, and that's Patrick Bamford and Ollie Watkins. And I put Ollie Watkins over Bamford, but again, I think they just miss out. I don't think they have. They've been great this season, but just when you've got Kane and Calvert-Lewin, there's no need for a Watkins or a Bamford.
Yeah, I feel like when we talk about,
I wouldn't take Watkins anyway. I think he's shit. Well, he's not shit, but he's not the best striker England have. I'm amazed that he made it over Bamford, to be honest with you.
I feel like when we talk about backup strikers for England, well, when we talk about strikers for England, it's a bit of a pointless debate because we all know who's going to be starting.
Yeah. No, I
completely
echo
100%.
But yeah, when I
was on the team sheet,
when I was searching for the last striker to put in there, it was between Watkins and Greenwood. Like I didn't even consider Danny Ings. Like, I thought about him, but I didn't. I had it between Watkins and Greenwood.
I wouldn't. I don't know. I do think Watkins massively overrated in my opinion. Not
well,
just
I saw a stat about
Villa, but just because he's not as consistent as people make him out to be.
I saw a stat about his chance creation. I think no striker in the league has created more chances than him. I think he's level on chance creation with Harry Kane.
But maybe that's why he's not scoring as many goals consistently. But I don't know.
I think he would definitely be scoring a lot more consistently if Grealish hadn't had a spell of injuries.
Yeah. Yeah,
I think it's really hard
see that, yeah.
for any English striker to get in over Harry Kane.
Yeah, but
I mean,
at the end of the day, we've got Kane in there, and we're all sort of just hoping Kane stays fit, and if he does, then we're all happy, aren't
we?
Yeah, and at the end of the day, if Kane and Calvert-Lewin get injured, something drastic happens, then I guess you could play Rashford up front. It's not the ideal situation because that's not his best position in my book, but you know, the likelihood of both Kane and Calvert-Lewin getting injured is quite unlikely. So that's why I've only included two strikers. A controversial name on the list is Raheem Sterling. Max, did you say you've included him but you weren't sure? Did you keep him out?
I've included him, but I'm not really sure why, because he hasn't been his best this season. I think we can all agree with that.
Yeah, like whenever I see when I saw them doing this on like the starting 11s on Monday Night Football, every pundit seems to think like Sterling's one of the first names on the team sheet. Yeah. But he plays off the left, and in my opinion, Rashford and Grealish both start over him.
Yeah.
Especially off this season's form.
Definitely.
No, I completely agree.
Yeah, I don't see why pundits are so sort of up his arse. Because like, he's just not been great this season.
It's confusing.
And if you're going to fall off and not be able to score goals for this City team, then you're not going to be able to do it for England under Gareth Southgate.
No, not at all. Not at all. I completely agree with that.
But I mean, we've all put in the squad.
Who would you? Yeah, but who if we didn't put him in, who would we? Include.
Yeah, that's just it. It's not
like
really
Max. You were thinking you weren't sure about Raheem in the squad.
Yeah,
it's not really. I mean, this might sound slightly controversial. I think Max isn't going to approve of this, but if Harvey Barnes was fit, then there may be some argument into putting him over Sterling. Which sounds
I'm not
crazy
going to argue with that.
He's
been
but when you look back this season,
he's a great player this season. But
yeah, it's really unfortunate he's injured because I think he was nailed on for the Euros personally.
No, I think he was. But it's difficult because obviously he's been injured, and I don't know. For me, he's never passed the eye test. I've always seen him as a bit really salted, but. I don't know. With Harvey, I'm probably going to get a lot of flack for saying that, but I don't know. I think there's certain attributes of his game he's got to work on.
You said like
say that I've never played at a professional level. Like I never will. I'm not good enough to. I actually conceded 7 goals last week. Like, but
it was 8, wasn't it?
For me, it was 7. It was 7.
Oh, no, huge.
I lost count, but it was 7. The other team said, but
good on him.
Yeah, it was for me, he's never really like done past the eye test massively. He's good because he's got a good footballing brain. He knows exactly where to get himself, but I'd probably take Sterling over Barnes. And I'm not. I think Barnes, yeah, he'd probably make the squad now that it's 26-man squad, but I think 23-man squad, he might struggle.
Yeah, like Charlie, you said nailed on, but I still think with Gareth Southgate, I think if Sterling got 0 goals, 0 assists this season, he still would have been going to the Euros. Just because
I agree.
Gareth Southgate's got his favourites, hasn't he? He's got people who are going to be in there no matter what.
Well, speaking of Gareth Southgate's favourites, Jack Grealish isn't one of them. But with this inclusion of the 26-man squad, this news probably most benefits him. I mean, we saw him chatting with Jack Grealish at one of the last Villa games. I mean, they showed that on Sky Sports for like 2 minutes straight. And I get Southgate's talking to Grealish, but we don't need to see it for 2 minutes. But the injury is the main thing for Jack Grealish. Is he going to be back in time for the Euros? And I think this could be make or break, to be honest. I think if Grealish isn't back for the Euros, then that is really bad news, because he's Jack. If he is injured, then that's something we're lacking up there. And even when we've got Rashford and Sterling and Sancho, Grealish still brings that extra something that we miss if he was injured. So let's hope he gets back fit.
Even if he is fit, I don't trust Southgate to play him. Like, I just don't think he would. I feel like Rashford and Sterling are going to be in over Grealish easy. Just because I don't think Southgate rates him as highly as everyone else does.
No, I agree.
I have no idea why, but I just get that feeling with Gareth Southgate.
No, I'll completely back that.
Not in Southgate's mind, only him. So, right, let's turn our attention to the starting 11. We've each compiled our first starting 11 for England's first game against Croatia on June 13th. I think the goalkeeper's probably one of the easiest positions. I've got Nick Pope. I assume the both of you have as well.
Yeah, I think he needs to be starting.
Yeah, I've got Nick Pope as well. I think he deserves his chance, doesn't he?
Yeah, 100%. Pickford. I don't think Pickford's put many foots wrong in an England shirt, but I just think his form for Everton shows that he's got massive mistakes in him. And
but if we're going off if we're going off what I think Southgate's going to do, I think Pickford will be starting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. And I kind of get that a little bit, because every time he's put Pickford in goal, he hasn't really let him down. I mean, we were calling him a hero at the 2018 World Cup, and I know that was 3 years ago, but
yeah,
I just think I don't blame him for picking Pickford based on the international form, but I would personally pick Pope, and the both of you would as well. Right back. Now we've each kind of taken different right backs to the Euros, so this is going to be interesting. Max, who have you included in your right back position? Trent.
Ooh.
Jamie, who have you got?
I've gone Kyle Walker.
I've also gone Kyle Walker. Because I think he's better overall. Obviously, Trent's passing and crossing and attacking ability is fantastic, but Kyle Walker attackingly and defensively is better than Trent combined defense attacks.
The first game against Croatia as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, do you trust Trent with Perisic running at him?
I would personally. I think he did quite well against him. Oh, they played each other a few years ago. I can't remember when.
It's not like Trent is he can't defend whatsoever.
Yeah,
it's not useless.
I think he's got attacking ability. So
his
Walker,
defensive ability. It's not like Aaron Wan-Bissaka's attacking ability. Like, he does have some kind of ability there.
Yeah.
But I just wouldn't trust him enough. I just feel Kyle Walker's just. I'm not going to say a perfect right back, but he's just very well rounded.
No, no. I understand your
And
point. He's a very well-rounded player.
I think, how old's Kyle Walker? He might be younger than I think he is, actually. Let me have a quick research. Kyle Walker is
31, 32.
I don't know Kyle Walker Peters.
He was nearly
He's 30 years old. He'll be 31 at the end of May.
Yeah.
So what? He's only got 2-3 years left, I think, before he retires from international duty. And the point I was getting at is, when Kyle Walker retires, I think Reece James is built up to be his replacement in terms of both defending and attacking ability. Obviously, Trent's fantastic. Overall, balanced wise, I think Reece James is probably the best fit to go into Walker. But like we said earlier, that the right back position, we've got a bit of everything there. You know, if we wanted out and out attacking, we've got Trent. If we wanted out and out defending, we've got Wan-Bissaka. If we want balance, we've got Kyle Walker, and then we've got Reece James, and then beyond that, we've got Kieran Trippier if we desperately need him. So, who of course scored the free kick against Croatia in the 2018 World Cup, one of the best moments of our lives. But yeah, it's got to be Walker, I think. Centre back partnership, I don't really see many differs here. Stones and Maguire.
Yeah, Stones and Maguire.
Yeah.
I don't think many
no, not for me.
What do you mean no?
There we go.
Here we go.
Stones Tarkowski.
No, you've not. That's not your actual opinion.
Honestly, Tarkowski is the most consistent defender in the Premier League.
Have you seriously gone with Tarkowski and Stones?
Yeah. And I'm not changing my mind, whatever you say. I think he's class. He's so underrated. If we play a back three, Tarkowski starts in that back three. I know he's not going to start him. He probably won't even call him up. But for me, he starts. He's incredible.
Do you think he's been better this season than Maguire?
I'd argue he's probably up there.
Yeah, I mean, up there, but is he better than Maguire this season?
About the same level. I'd argue Tarkowski's far more composed on the ball than Maguire is. And that's what you need to be when you've got the likes of Perisic running at you.
I wouldn't say that. I think bringing the ball out from the back is one of Maguire's strengths.
No, I'd agree with that as well. But I think Tarkowski is better. It does a better job than Maguire at certain things. And I'm probably going to get pelters for that. But that is just a matter of opinion, personally.
Yeah.
I think Maguire can be really clumsy.
Well, yeah, it's all opinions, isn't it? It's just some people have wrong ones.
Yeah. No, genuinely, like, I do think he's a good option.
Yeah, I mean, go on there. At least it adds some variety to our teams.
Yeah, I just thought I'd add a bit of flavour because I thought against Stones Maguire. I personally think Tarkowski should be involved because I think he's a great player and he's a good move, to be fair.
Yeah, you're spicing it up a bit. I like it.
Yeah, I briefly dipped out there, but I the main point really is that you think Tarkowski is more consistent than Maguire, and it's not like the world's worst opinion, but
yeah,
Maguire offers. The thing is Maguire,
there's nothing that Maguire can do.
He's better than Tyrone Mings, 100%. But Maguire Maguire's got mistakes in him, is what I'm trying to say. But more consistently, I go Maguire. But I'm not going to, shout at you for choosing Tarkowski. Yeah, I do like Tarkowski as well.
You hate me because of it. You hate me.
Yeah, that's why I dipped out, because I just couldn't take anymore.
I'd argue that the only centre back in the league who's been better than Maguire this season is Ruben Diaz.
I can see your argument, but I'm not sure whether I agree with it.
Yeah,
I think it's such a difficult season, isn't it? Because it's been so weird. Maguire before Christmas was kind of quite inconsistent, and since Christmas he's been quite good.
Yeah, I think Tarkowski's been consistently good for the whole of the season.
Again, that's for another time. That's for end of season.
Yeah.
To FC, that could help. Left backs, I've gone Shaw. I don't think it's nailed well. It's not nailed.
I think
Chilwell is good, but I think Shaw's the obvious choice, right?
Yeah, I think Shaw.
Yeah, you can't really argue with Shaw this season, to be honest. He's been one of the best players in the league, never mind left backs. You see that he's created as many chances this season as Lionel Messi.
Yeah, I did see it actually. It's credit to him because he has been very good this season.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think almost the whole fan base, apart from Charlie and Luke Shaw's army on Twitter, wrote Luke Shaw off.
Yeah.
So, fair play to Charlie. He stuck by him when we all said he was shite.
Yeah, said he was better than Digne, who has had a terrible season, by the way. Not a terrible season, but got the best season.
To be, I couldn't have rinsed Charlie for that opinion. Yeah, I'd like to apologise. I was wrong.
Oh, the embarrassment.
To be fair, it's quite a nice thing to be wrong about.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
There's nothing. If I'm going to be wrong about something, it's that a United player isn't actually as shit as I thought he was.
Yeah.
So I'm all for being proven wrong when it comes to United players.
No, fair enough. Nice. It's your club, and you want to see all the players doing well. So
yeah, like if Dan James wants to prove me wrong anytime soon, feel free.
He's got a long way to go. Yeah, that, I think.
Even Charlie's right.
I still like him, but I've never said that he's a top class winger.
Yeah.
Deluded. Do you think just one last question on the left back position? Do you think Southgate would choose Shaw, or do you think he's going to choose Chilwell?
I think there'd be riots if he didn't. He'd be a fucking idiot not to.
But which means he's probably going to choose Chilwell because
it is Gareth Southgate.
Well, didn't he choose Chilwell for 2 of the 3 qualifiers?
Yeah,
we had last month.
I mean, I'm sort of hoping no matter what after these Euros, Southgate is sacked. So
yeah,
that's true.
Even if he wins the World Cup by Southgate.
Yeah, I think even if he wins it, just get rid.
Yeah,
I'm sick of him.
Just think, all right, won us a trophy. Thanks for the memories. Bye-bye.
Moving on to the midfield. You might have a different formation to us, but I've gone with the 3 midfield. My defensive sort of partnership, I guess, is Declan Rice, who I think has to be in there. And I've also gone Jordan Henderson. That's obviously a bit risky because of the injuries, but I think he's valuable. And I think that midfield partnership of Rice and Henderson is really good. I don't know about your views on that, Jamie and Max, but I think Rice and Henderson's our best choice.
I actually went with Bellingham, Foden and Henderson.
No Rice.
No Rice.
Who was your third midfielder, Charlie?
The attacking one, I went with Foden.
Oh yeah, I've gone same as you with Rice and Henderson, but I've gone with Mount over Foden.
Yeah,
it's not really something I'd like. I wouldn't argue that much if someone put Foden in. Like, it's literally just a toss up. You could put either in them, and I think they'll do equally as well.
Yeah, 2 of the best players in the league this season.
Yeah, but I think the only sort of debate is if we need 2 defensive midfielders. Like, can you play Declan Rice and then Mount and Foden ahead of him? But I think in a competition like this, you're going to need 2 defensive midfielders, especially when you're playing against teams like Croatia.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And Henderson and Rice, they're solid. And Calvin Phillips, I guess, can do a job, but I'm not a big fan of him. And Jamie, you said that earlier that you're not either.
Yeah.
So, but on with Mount. I think no one's going to complain whether he's in or not, really. We're sport for choice, really. And then you've included Maddison as well, so that's a third choice. I've included Lingard, which can play there, so we're kind of sport for choice in that department. Front three, I think we've all got the same striker. We'd be silly not to with Harry Kane, unless Max has gone Danny Ings. You've got to ask, have you, Max? Is Danny Ings?
No, Danny. No. He's not in there at all.
As much as you know.
I didn't include Danny Ings. I don't know what you're
Kane up front. No arguments from anyone there, I don't think. It's
so
the
I went
wingers.
Sancho. Sorry, just to interject.
No, go for it.
I went Sancho, Stephen Fletcher, Rashford.
So you went with Sancho, Kane, and Rashford then?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went exactly the same. I think I've been like this whole time I've been like, I'm starting Grealish. I'd start Grealish, but I think he's just been injured for a bit too long now.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna have come back before he actually has. So because of that, I'm gonna start Rashford instead.
Which is understandable. It's perfectly understandable,
Yeah. Yeah, he might
exactly
not,
the same. Sancho, Kane, Rashford.
Yeah. Yeah, we've all got quite similar teams, haven't we?
Yeah. I think even if Grealish was fully fit, I'd probably still start Rashford, because I think bringing Grealish off the bench, if we need him for a bit of extra creativity, is just invaluable. And I think, it's a toss-up. It's another one like Foden and Mount. You're not going to complain if Grealish isn't there. You're not going to complain if Rashford's in. They're both your class players. But yeah, I think Rashford just, although he's kind of been teetering a little bit of injury as well, so I guess that's going to be interesting to.
Yeah, I mean, if we carry on like this and playing him like we are, I could imagine he's going to get an injury and be out for the Euros. So obviously, I hope that doesn't happen. But he just seemed like every time he plays, he seems like he's playing with an injury.
Yeah, I agree. It's like when the first 3 minutes he goes down and then he's holding his back or something.
Yeah, it's sort of like a running thing with United fans at the moment, isn't it? It's like, please just give Rashford a rest.
Yeah. But I can see why Ollie plays him, because he's so talented. So
he's a great player and he's a great person as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and that front three, I can't think of many front threes that are going to be at the Euros that are going to be better than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think we did, before Jamie was hired on the podcast, we did a big question where we were asking whether England's front three was the best in the world. And I think then it said it was Sancho, Kane and Rashford. And I think we came to the conclusion that, there was maybe, I think Belgium's was pretty good. I don't know who we kind of include in that, and maybe another, maybe France. But yeah, one of the best for sure. And it's criminal if Gareth Southgate doesn't utilise that to the best that he can, because we've got every chance of winning the competition if he plays attacking stuff, especially with a Foden and a Mount playing just behind him as well, or even a Madison. Even if you put Madison in there, that's still a great front four.
He's not going to walk away from what he knows, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's not going to suddenly start playing amazing attacking football, is he?
No, that's true.
No, we're all aware he's going to go in there with his defensive tactics and bore us all to death. Maybe,
of course.
Maybe nick a semi-final again. If we get them right,
nick the World Cup or the Euros. Yeah. To be honest, the annoying thing is, I don't see Gareth Southgate going anywhere. I don't think they're going to get rid of him before the Euros, and then it's a quick
obviously
turnaround because of the World Cup. Although the World Cup's in the winter, isn't it? So it's just over a year. So I guess he can go.
What kind of Euros do you think we'd have to have for Southgate to be sacked? Like, at what round do you think we'd have to go out at?
Group stage. They're not going to sack him beyond the group stage.
They wouldn't sack him, yeah. But personally, if he doesn't get to at least the quarters,
I'd say semis.
Yeah.
I'd say if he doesn't get to the semis, I'd have him out.
Yeah, obviously, you know, that's, you can put context in that if we have like we draw France or something in the quarters, even though we still should on paper take it to France. I just, you know, you have to add context to that as well. So, but yeah, he's got to at least get to the quarterfinals at an absolute bare minimum. Semi-finals is the average, the standard, I think. Yeah, but again, it all matters on injuries. You know, the standards could quite dramatically go down if a Kane gets injured or something. You know, if
I don't even think the only real injury that would massively hurt us is Kane. Yeah. I feel like we're covered quite well in every other position.
I agree.
Yeah,
Kane's the only one where there's like a huge drop off in quality from the strikers we've got underneath him, and that's just because Kane's so good.
I would argue that Declan Rice getting a slight injury as well. And I know Max didn't even include him in his squad, but in terms of actual defensive midfielders, well, I know we got Henderson, but Declan Rice, you know, when I was making the squad, he was straight in. While Henderson and Phillips were kind of like, are they going in? So he's another one you really don't want to get an injury off. So hopefully they all stay fit and we can take it home because it's coming home. Don't stop.
Yeah, it is actually coming home. It is actually coming home.
Is that official?
I
Yeah.
don't know about that.
It's just gonna be like the last time where the only song you're allowed to play for like 2 months is "It's Coming Home," because it is.
I might get in the mood for that already. To be fair,
I absolutely loved it in my last.
I'm waiting actually now for Chaz to say, "Oh, but you support Finland."
I was gonna ask who you're supporting.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I knew that was coming. You vanilla little. Oh.
You're the one who said that you supported Finland last year.
That was in protest to
Southgate's
shit tactics.
Yeah. Did you expect him to change his tactics because you changed to Finland?
Yes.
You listened to a podcast and gone, fuck.
Wouldn't you?
I can't believe you changed nationalities.
Mate, I can do it. I'm part Finnish, so I can literally do it.
Yeah, but everything is built up for England to win the Euros here. You know, the majority of the games has been played in England.
This is where we're getting carried away with ourselves, boys.
Yeah, but I'm saying the situation is built up because most of the games are in. We've had, well, everyone's had a tough year, but it just everything's set up for it because it is in England. You know, we've got the players to do it. So we're going out of the group stage.
Yeah.
Please, Gareth. Please. Right, and let's end with a prediction then. Let's end with a prediction. Where are we going? Jamie, we'll start with you.
Yeah, as much as I'd love to keep the "It's Coming Home" vibe going. I do feel like semis is probably where we're going to get. I mean, on paper, if you looked at everyone's squad, you'd say we could easily win this. Not easily, obviously, but we could definitely win this. But we have Gareth Southgate as manager, so we can't get too ahead of ourselves.
True.
We have to remember his limited qualities as a manager. And even with the attacking talent we've got, he's still shite. So we'll just use this as we use this tournament as sort of a Gareth out tournament.
A Gareth farewell tour.
And then then we go, you know, we'll just say thanks for Russia 2018 and we go again at the World Cup.
Yeah.
So yeah, there goes the positive vibes.
Brilliant. Max, prediction?
Round of 16.
Jesus Christ. Could you imagine the uproar?
I know.
Well, you won't have to imagine it come June, July, because it will be fucking happening.
Who do we actually have in the group? Croatia, Scotland, is it?
And Hungary.
Czech Republic.
Right.
Oh,
no,
Hungary.
It's not Hungary, it's Czech Republic.
I swear to you, it's Hungary. No, that's our World Cup group, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's not an easy group, to be fair.
No. I mean, Scotland doing good. I mean, they're in the world. They're in the Euros.
Yeah, for them.
Yeah, in the Scottish standards. let's bring the positivity back up. I say we're going to go to the final. We're not winning it, but we're going to the final.
Who are we playing against in the final?
That is blind hope. France probably. Yeah, France, and then they'll win.
What, you don't think we beat France?
I think we could beat France, but I just have a feeling we won't.
See, my prediction for the Euro winners. My prediction for the Euro winners is Germany. I think Portugal win the competition.
They've got a really good squad, haven't they?
Yeah, they got a very underrated team. I think they're sort of the dark horse. I think they're gonna take it.
I hope not, because that means Messi still hasn't won an international trophy compared to Ronaldo.
Yeah, but then Neto would win one.
Tell you the players of all time because it is Messi. Are we all in agreement, Chaz?
What? What did you say? Sorry.
Wait, how would this affect it anyway?
Messi would. Yeah, Messi's best player, yeah.
Because Ronaldo's still won more international trophies than Messi, so this wouldn't really affect it much.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
and I don't
Messi
think
can't
win an international trophy. That's all.
Messi's not gonna win a World Cup or anything anytime soon, is he?
No, exactly.
No, it will be his last one, won't it, in Qatar? Right. What? To be fair, we agreed on a lot of that, didn't we?
Yeah.
I think there's not much.
Me choosing Tarkowski, me choosing
Tarkowski,
me choosing Greenwood.
I feel like most things.
I think.
Hang on, the only one that didn't have a vanilla choice. Oh no, sorry. The only one that did have a vanilla choice was, drumroll please, Charlie Griffiths.
Here we go.
Why? What was his vanilla choice?
Well, it was just a vanilla team, wasn't it, that he put out, and a vanilla choice for his 26.
We're choosing a squad for the Euros. Sorry, I'm not flipping James Tarkowski at centre back and flipping Aaron Ramsdale in goal. This is a team to win the Euros. I'm going to go crazy.
No, you got to put John Ruddy in goal. You got to put Dwight McNeil out there. You got to get Stephen Ward to change.
If there's any time to be vanilla, now is that time.
I think apart from Mount and Foden, me and Charlie had the exact same team. So I think I'll have to take the vanilla hit with him on this one.
Both boring. I'm disappointed in the pair of you.
Yeah, but we want it to come home. You're here for the memes.
Yeah, you're here. So when we get knocked down the round of 16, you can say you support Finland again.
Yeah,
I predicted it.
Are Finland in the Euros? That isn't actually
taking the piss. Mate, that's the first major tournament they've ever qualified for. The Euros.
Oh. Okay, I don't think we'll be able to live it down if England get knocked out before Finland.
That was one of the first,
anyway.
That was one of the first podcasts I listened to. The Max converting his nationality. Because I just remember messaging Charlie after it, thinking, "What the fuck is he going on about?"
This is when Jamie discovered there was a podcast and just couldn't get enough of it.
Yeah, absolutely loved it.
And now it's his dream working on it. Thank you all for listening, and it's coming home.
Yeah, it's coming home. Cheers.
Cheers, everyone.
Thank you, Gareth.
We're coming home in the round of 16.